I believe software has potentially a very large role to play in a continent like Africa. Software can be made by anyone. The initial investment that you need is a few $100s, and after that is entirely down to your own drive, talent, and conviction. And with all the talent that is in Africa, all the talent that I met, there's no question in my mind that there will be great software companies coming out of Africa. And with the wealth and jobs that create, I would be very surprised if that doesn't contribute in a very meaningful way to the African economy.
You could have taken many approaches to helping. Once you decide I want to do something to help in Africa, you can donate, you can form partnerships. Why create your own school? What was the vision there?
Yeah, so fundamentally what we did was really to develop our core expertise into the non-profit space. So our core expertise as a company is that we develop software, so software is a key expertise, and also a lot of the focus that we have done building Meltwater has been nurturing and develop young talent. So fundamentally what we did was just challenging that expertise into a school, and by transferring competence of large commercial value, we thought that had a mission in itself. And I think companies can contribute in a number of wonderful ways, basically transferring expertise that has large commercial value. I think that maybe is one of the most valuable things to contribute. So we train every year 60 really talented university graduates. We help them to fully develop their potential. And our aspiration or hope is that they will be role models. Hopefully they will be successful entrepreneurs, maybe with multi-million-dollar exits. And then they in turn can be role models for the upcoming youth, maybe across Africa.
What are the trends that are coming out of Africa in terms of technology startups?
I think the obvious trend is everything that happens on mobile. Because in Africa, everyone has a mobile. It doesn't matter what kind of income they have, they do have mobiles. And the sophistication of mobile services that you see in Africa is really unprecedented. One really needs to go down there to see for oneself. Among others, it has one of the most sophisticated payment services. That's particularly in Eastern Africa. But if a society has leapfrog computers and then only work with mobile phones, and as mobile phones become more sophisticated, there's no question in my mind that there will be a plethora of services that can originate from Africa that potentially can be exported even to the rest of the world. I actually think that some of the next generation social media will come from places like Africa.
And where are the greatest needs for things to really take off?
There are a number of obstacles, one being capital. So a lot of these startups, they can get to a certain level, but maybe in order to expand and scale to the size that they could be, capital is often a need. Another need, of course, is also expertise. So one of the things that we aspire to is also to set up a venture fund that invests in African tech startups, and hopefully can also be an investment partner to Silicon Valley investors and become a familiar interface for Silicon Valley investors to inject money, but also expertise into the African market.
Tell me about how tremendously rewarding this work must be. You know, I've looked online, I've seen videos of the students, of African, of Ghanaian ministers talking with immense gratitude for these schemes. It must be very exciting to see the impact on perhaps a small number of people initially, but the impact that those success stories can have is huge.
Well, so I go down there and recruit every student. I go down there and oversee the curriculum. So I'm in Africa very often. And every time I go down there, I feel that maybe I don't have the time to go there. But every time I go back, I'm so happy that I did, because it just is very invigorating, gives me a lot of energy, and I think it helps me to put things in a better perspective and much bigger perspective.